Hello everyone, it's Louise from Eleanor Grace. I just thought I would show you the woven wheel stitch, which is a stitch that I teach in my intermediate group. It's not particularly tricky, but it is something that looks quite effective and just takes a little bit of practice. So I thought I'd show you one I'm working on at the moment. This is a stitch case that I'm making as part of the intermediate workshops that I'm creating at the moment. And as you can see here, I've got some woven wheels, which I am working on. I've just finished actually. So these are woven wheels with some French knots in the middle. You could say it looks a little bit like a bird's nest or something like that. I quite like putting extra details on these woven wheels. But what I will show you is the basic concept of how to make a woven wheel. Now these go back to Elizabethan times, so the reign of Elizabeth I, which was the mid to late 16th century, so 1550 or so. They were seen and they were made in gilt or silver, but obviously we're working on something not quite so fancy. I'm just using cotton pearl 8, which is my favourite, but you can do them in anything else. You could do them in cotton pearl 12, but you'd probably need 2 or more strands. And if you were doing these in embroidery floss, you'd probably want to use at least all 6 pieces of all 6 strands, because they can take a while to do, and you do need quite a long length of thread to start off with because it will go on for a while. If you do these and you get to a point where you've run out of thread, I will show you also how you can reattach that. So we will have another look at an example here, and then we'll get started. So these here I've made again with some little French knots in the middle, and it's quite an easy technique once you get going, but it just takes a little bit of practice, I think, which is why I put it in the intermediate group. And here's some pieces from my intermediate group sessions again, and this is showing you how we're going to start with the basic starfish shape with 5 spokes. Okay, so let's get going on this. I've got a bit of old calico here, which, as you'll have seen if you've seen any of my other pieces, is much loved and used. So I will come up here just to show you the basic technique. Now what you want to remember is you're going to come up in the centre of where your wheel is going to be, so that's most important. You need to plan where that's going to be so you've got it in the right place. So here we are. Hopefully you can see that with a contrasting thread. We've got a bit of poor light today, so it's not ideal, but I was keen to show this one. So what you need to do is create that starfish shape. So you make your first diagonal stitch, and then you come back in the centre where you started off. And then what you want to do is roughly work out like a slice of cake, so you can have 5 more or less equidistant stitches. So you don't need to be too fussy about it. As we always say, slow stitching is not meant to be perfection, but you want to make more or less 5 equal portions of the pie, if you like, to make a little starfish. So I'm coming up in the center again in the same stitch, or as near as possible to it. So sometimes I do find these do go a little bit wonky, but again, it doesn't really show once you do it, as long as you've got it roughly right. My thread has just popped out of my needle, so let's go put that back in again. And so we got a 4th one about here and a 5th one here. Now it is most important that you don't have to do 5, but 5 is the norm, I think, with this stitch. But you need to have an odd number of spokes. It won't work with even, so you need an odd number of spokes. Okay, so there is my little starfish. Okay, to start this off, what you want to do is come up just in between the 2 two of the spokes and as near to the centre as possible. So if I come up there, bring that thread through. As I said, you may want a slightly longer piece than this. I've planned this one almost so it is going to run out, so we will see if that works. So if I've come up here, now I'm left-handed, so I'm going to work clockwise. If you're right-handed, you might find you work anti-clockwise. I'm in between those two spokes. This sort of, if you to take these ones out, that would be a V shape there. What you want to do is come over the first one and under the second one, and that is literally what you do all the way around. If you've gone over before, you go under the next stitch and vice versa. So here I can tell, if you get stuck, you can just have a little wiggle of your stitch and see, where was it? Oh, I went under there, definitely under. So I'm going over and then I'm going under here. And what I do is I neaten up at the start as I go. You don't really need to do that all the way through, but I neaten up as I go through. So I've gone under there. I'm going to go over and under here. And literally that is it, going all the way round. And if you start getting a bit quicker, then you tend to be able to do two or three two or three pieces of the round as you go. So here I've come under, I'm going over and I'm going under there. And as I say, at the start I just tidy it up a little bit, not too much, but I just pull it, not tight, but sort of pull it to a little bit, just to keep it in place. But as you start going round, you stop having to do that at a certain point, because it sort of begins to take shape. So under, over, and if for any reason you make a mistake, it really doesn't matter. By the time you've gone round several times, as long as you pick it up as soon as you can, if you've made a mistake, then you can easily carry on. And here I'm just making sure that lays in nicely. And you just keep going around like that, and it is literally as simple as that. So once you've got the knack, you just keep going around. I have seen some people do it with more spokes, and I do think it looks nice, but it gets a little bit unwieldy. So it's certainly, when you're first getting used to doing these, I would say 5 is generally the best. And if you do it with too thin a thread, you will just find that it will take you forever to get round. You want, if you're using, as I say, embroidery floss, you probably want to use the full 6 strands at least. And cotton pearl A8, I find, like this is fine on its own, but it does take a little bit longer to fill. And certainly cotton pearl A12, which is thinner, you'd want 2 or 3 strands at least, I would think, if not more. And that's it. You just keep going round, and eventually get to a part. Sometimes you find you've done one of the sort of legs, if you like it to call them, a bit longer than the others, and you find that you've covered the other ones, but you haven't quite covered one of them. I tend to keep going till all the legs are covered, these little sticky out bits here. So I have just perfectly nearly run out of thread, which was sort of accidentally on purpose, if you like to say. And that's just to show you that you can recover if you have made a mistake. Now again, if I wasn't sure here, if I'd had a break or I'd stopped, or if I wasn't sure whether it was under or over, you can just have a little look on the side, and you can have a little pull of the thread gently, and you can see clearly that one is under. So I know that it's got to go over the next one and under the next. When the little legs get, the little sticky out legs get smaller, it does become a little bit more difficult. But as you can see, I'm not having to tidy these up now as I'm going around, really. I have got to the point where I think I've got to the end of that bit, but I still have a couple of legs sticking out here. So what I'm going to do is just go down underneath, slightly underneath the last sort of round, into the back. Not to pull it too tightly, but just to secure it. I'm just going to tie that off, and then I've got another little piece of the same colour. You could also use colour change. Actually, colour change ones do look wonderful. You could also change colour part way round, but you are getting into more complex territory there. So just going to rethread with another piece of that. So where I came down, or roughly, it doesn't actually matter too much, but where I came down was there. So I'm going to come up in the same place, if you can see that, and just carry on. So I'm going to go over and under, and then coming around. Sometimes you'll find it easier to sort of tilt the piece a little bit so you can see where the legs are, especially if you've got to the point where some of them are not really visible. But it is worth just continuing, ensuring you continue with the under and over. So turning your work is sometimes easier than trying to tilt your head every which way. So I'm pretty much there actually. I think I'd just like to cover this little leg here. I'd just like to cover this one here, I think, and maybe one more, and then oops, just got caught there. But again, with slow stitching, as we say, my saying is perfection is not a requirement here, so don't be overly perfectionist about it. I'm just finishing that as best I can. There we go. And then you again put the stitch through just underneath a previous row. So you just lift up the edge a little bit, put it through, tie it off, and there you are with your beautiful woven wheel. Let me slip this off and then we're done. There we go. So that's a little woven wheel. And as I said earlier, you can put something in the middle of it. You could do some stitches around the edge, perhaps to make it into more of a flower, and you could do some nice sort of French knots in the middle. If I show you my piece again, that's what I've done here. So some little French knots in there, and also with this one, some little almost nests, aren't they, really? And so yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed that, and let me know in the comments. Do please like and subscribe if you want to see some more. I am working on the workshops for the stitch case, which is what I'm making here. And also I have a beginner's one which goes through all the basic stitches, and that's to make a bookmark like this. So if you are interested, these will be coming out, and I will be letting everyone know, but they'll be coming out shortly. If you are interested, then do leave a comment on here and I'll get in touch with you when those are ready. So thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day. Bye.